YouTube, baby.
We're on YouTube now.
We're launching. We're expanding. I'm so excited to be here. And like just having like this brand new community. I am so excited. And guys, just a heads up, if you hear dogs, children, just we'll get into all.
So let's start at the beginning. Baby
Kaye.
Kaye.
Baby Kaye.
Baby Kaye. When were you born? Where did it all begin?
Okay, so I was born in St. Catharines, Ontario. That just gave you a little hint about where I started. And I was adopted, so that's a whole other thing that kind of is a massive staple of who I am and like how I came to be. And yeah, I was adopted into this like beautiful family who wanted me terribly. And I had an older brother and an older cousin who became an older brother. So I grew up with like two like male role models my whole life. And my family was very Catholic, Pentecostal Christian, so I grew up in that kind of environment. And yeah, that's Baby Kaye.
The beginning.
I was so wanted by that family. I was such a spoiled little butt.
Were you a pain in the ass?
I was.
Why were you a pain? Like, what did you do?
I just like the world had to revolve around me. But I'm also a Leo, so.
So nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Gotta start somewhere.
Entertainment narcissist? No.
So, being that everything revolved around you, how was high school? Like, what happened when you started actually like discovering who you were as a person?
So that's the funny thing, because you're a teenager. So, as a teenager, you're full of hormones and you're being brought into meeting all these new people. And I originally was from Niagara Falls, and then when I went to high school, my parents moved to Niagara-on-the-Lake. So I had all these brand new people, and not only did I start grade 9 in a brand new like town, but it was country people are different than city people. So it was everybody knew each other and grew up together, and it's a small community. So coming into that fresh was pretty intimidating. Okay. So yeah, that was like super intimidating. This is Binu. Binu is very loud. So my mom put me into dance like right away, as early as you could. And I absolutely loved dance. Dance was my life for a very long time. And then when I became part of like my Sunday school choir and got more involved in the community church, that's when I was like, oh, I'm really good at drama. Oh, I'm really good like at music and singing. And then when that got transferred into high school, like my entire high school was about like becoming a triple threat, is being a dancer, being in the dramatic arts, and then singer, musician, all that. Binu.
So you were a triple threat.
I was a triple threat.
What was your favorite out of those three?
I loved musical theater.
What was it about musical theater? That
I think because it was all three.
Yeah, so it had like
It just
every avenue.
Every avenue. And like musical theater, their songs challenge you as a vocalist, and it was such a great experience just to be surrounded by so many people who are so talented. I remember I was going to leave high school and I was ready to tour and I was ready to like be a full-fledged singer. And I made my first demo. I knew all the right people. I was at my prime. My voice was so strong and I had so many amazing teachers who like empowered me just to become my greatest potential. Like I remember I did Canadian Idol and I did like St. Catharines Idol and I participated in all these competitions, and the faculty of my high school took time on their days off to just come watch me. And it was such a humbling moment where I was like, wow, they really think that I can do this. Because why else would they come? they're not getting paid to be there. And then every time, I remember through all of those like experiences, the feedback that I would get from other people in the industry, they took their time. So I was like, oh, like you actually also think I have something, because why would you waste your time if you didn't think that they had it or that they could get there? And people always put in so much energy for me, and I just wish I didn't have so many personal issues that stood in my way. It was just a lot of teenage rebellion, teenager just trying to be wanted, people pleasing, trying to find who she is, what she wants. My mom and I never got along. It was constantly butting heads. She tried to hold me, which made me want to go faster away. I found out so many things about my adoption, that like I had a sister, and there's all these secrets. And as somebody who grew up in the church that I did, a lot of traumatic experience happened because of the people that went to that church, that has shaped my thoughts of who I am. And I think that puts such a bad taste of that religion in my head, because that was my example of that religion, which is a shame, because now as I'm growing, I just realized they're just people.
In 20s.
I remember my best friend's mother sat me down at the church steps and told me never to see her daughter again, and never to like play with her, and she wanted me to leave her alone because I was a bad influence. And I was so young, and I was like, how can you look at a child and tell a child that they're a bad influence? And like, my best friend was more than a best friend. She was like my second half. She was my soul. She was my sister. She was my everything. And to have somebody, like an adult, just like come up to you and pull you aside and just say like, you're the reason, like in a negative way, that put a massive, I just felt like somebody took a stamp and was like, you're a bad person, you're not enough. And then that brought me to like my adoption trauma, where it's like, oh, I wasn't wanted, I wasn't enough, so they gave me away. So I felt like my whole entire life, I think that's why I'm a people pleaser, because I felt like I was constantly never enough for anybody. And I never allowed myself to ever work at something fully and be the best person I could be, because I have all these ideas of who I am in my head that get in the way. After high school, I gave up on my dream because I had this societal norm upbringing where it's like, you go to school, you go to college, you find your person, you get a job, you find your person, you get engaged, you have babies, you work a 9-to-5 with benefits, you live a beautiful, happy life, picket white fence, the whole thing. And I honestly, ask anybody, that is all I've ever wanted. But that's what I thought. After high school, I went to college, dropped out, hated it, wasn't ready, but my parents wouldn't allow me to have a break, because they're like, no, you have to like continue while you're going. I traveled a bit, fell in love, moved to Australia, did all these big changes. A lot of like massive moments happened from the time I was like 18 to 21. But I went back to school, graduated, got my diploma, got a job, the 9-to-5 with the benefits, the whole package, got pregnant. Oops, like that wasn't part of the Christian plan. But I was like, it's okay, because we're going to get married and I won't go to hell. And it's going to be great. And so I got married. Another baby came right after. Another baby came. 10 years. Like my 20s just gone like that. I can't say I have regrets, because that means that I wouldn't be acknowledging the choices that I made, which I thought were best for me at that time. There's always a reason why past Kaye made the choices that she made. So I don't believe in having regrets, because if I didn't experience any of those things, I wouldn't have what I have right now. And what I have is pretty great, even though it's not ideal. Like, I lost my fourth son, I'm in the middle of a divorce, and my life, I joke about it. I'm like, I don't have a job, I don't have a house, but at the same time, this is the first time I'm putting myself first, and that's terrifying, but terrifying is the same feeling as excited. So I'm officially free for the first time in my whole entire life, where I'm finally opening up and allowing myself to be authentically who I am. And I'm done the people pleasing. I'm done living for other people. And I have a letter L because I'm choosing myself. I'm self-love, and I will not stop choosing myself. Yeah, I think every part of you and everything that you experience in life makes you who you are. And it's so funny because I have so many people that ask me, like, what do you want? And because I've lived my life doing things for other people, I haven't even had the opportunity to sit down and think about what I want my future to be. So what I always say is that I'm gonna live my life every single day and continually do things that make me happy in the present moment. And that's trials and tribulations, that's modeling, that's singing, that's connecting with people, that's meeting new people, that's experiencing things and being vulnerable and open to other people, and using that connection and relatability for other people, and to use my platform as a way to show people that, like, hey, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter who you are, everybody has a story, and you're not alone. I think it was definitely an accidental spark. Like, I left the industry, I had no intention of coming back. Like, I left. I was gone for a decade. And then I was just at home, I started making funny TikTok videos, and then they went viral. And certain people saw my videos and they were like, hey, like, you got something. And they started learning about my experience, and they're like, what? Why did you leave? And the more people were starting to notice me and my fan base grew, that's when I realized, oh, I can do this. And the happiness that it brought me, and the people who I met along the way that are constantly teaching me and growing me as helping me grow as a person is what I should say, has made such an impact that I never wanted to stop. And there's so many people that I look up to that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to that stage. I'm so excited. I'm terrified. This is probably the scariest thing, is to leave everything behind, especially in your 30s, when everybody around me is getting engaged, buying their first house, getting pregnant for the first time, doing all these firsts, and here I am in the middle of divorcing my husband, and at a totally different stage in life where I'm telling my children that mommy and daddy aren't going to be in the same house anymore. And I feel very alone in that. And that's only because everybody, my support system, isn't at that level. They're not experiencing anything that I'm experiencing. So I'm doing this on my own. And I know when I experienced all the traumatic events that I have, I did it on my own. And so now doing this and making it trials and tribulations, I just hope that somebody else won't feel the way that I feel. Bina, come. Come here. And there's Puppy 2. Puppy 2! Hey! Hey!
Puppy break. It's fine. Maybe
But can we also make like a quick break and do say that we can do this again, and if you guys do have like Q&A, that we can totally do an episode where just comment below, and I would love to answer all your questions more in detail. If you guys have any ideas of specific episodes or specific people who you want to see and learn from, please, like, I want to be so open to hearing feedback, and this is about you, and I want people who are watching me to be able to learn and grow with me. So it's really important that you guys let me know. I want to hear from you. Right, Binu? So that's like, this is launching the podcast, launching the YouTube channel, expanding my platforms. I have a beautiful platform on TikTok that's like, I have over 100K, and every day it's growing little by little. I started Trials and Tribulations on Instagram, and I was so booked. I'm like, it's now the summer, and I'm like already booking into the fall. And I actually had to stop making, I stopped taking people's requests to be on the show because I just got so crazy busy with it. And so now we're just hoping to take all my ideas of expansion of all these different shows and making them hopefully a reality. A little exclusive. I am working right now on a project called The 30 Wall. And essentially it's just I'm so excited about it because this is the one that like, there's on Netflix right now, there's a show called Sex Life. And essentially that was exactly what The 30 Wall was. And I was like, no, somebody already thought of it. And everything that show, I watched like the whole first season in like a day. And everything that show hit was something that I was going to talk about, or that I've actually experienced in my own personal life. And it was such a tribute because it was so impactful that I was like, oh, 30 Wall is going to be a thing. And essentially what it is just of what your 30s looks like. And I know everybody is going to have a different story, but I hope that my 30 Wall will have the same impact as Sex Life had with me. You are in charge of everything. This is your manifesting. This is your life. And I think once you begin to realize that you are in control of everything around you, this is your life. It's all about you. It's not about me. It's about you. If you have a dream and you want to do something, then do it. And I think the biggest thing that what you guys, as all the episodes keep on coming in, you're going to hear from everybody that I've interviewed. Binu, you are so loud. Binu, come here. Is that everybody says is that you have to take the risk. And you have to take that chance. And you have to give yourself that grace and that patience and that love and the support that if you want something, just do it. Because you don't want to ever, like, this is your one and only life, as we know. Because right now, all I know is I'm here right now. And that's how I base my life. And I don't want to look back on anything and be like, oh, I wish I wasn't so afraid. I wish I didn't let judgment or fear or indecisiveness take over my dreams and what I want out of life. And a lot of your most positive feelings and emotions feel the exact same way as negativity or negative emotions. So, like I said, fear or anxiety and excitement, you still get the nervousness in your belly and you're still like, oh, what's going to happen next? But it's the journey, it's the meeting people, it's knowing that all you have is yourself to rely on. And what an empowering feeling when you get there and you can just look back and be like, I did that. I gave myself a chance. Welcome to Kaye Parker's YouTube channel launch. And I'm so excited for you guys to follow my journey with me. Continue watching. Once a week, we're going to be posting a Trials and Tribulations episode. And make sure, again, I'm going to say this 100 times, your feedback and you being part of this journey is the most important thing for me. And so please comment, please always check in, please like, please subscribe. Is that what they say on YouTube? I think so. I'm so new. Should I have started with, hey guys? Because I think people do that on YouTube too. But I'm just so blessed and humbled to be here. I'm so excited about my new journey. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Kaye Parker Official. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, it's also at Kaye Parker Official. And let me be very clear, please put the E at the end of K, because you do not want to know what happens when you don't. But we'll have all the information in the comment section below where you guys can reach me. And stay tuned, because we're going to be constantly posting about what's coming up next. So, again, I love you guys so much. Follow your soul. That's the most important thing. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Bye, guys. See, I use the guys thing, right? It works.